or it could be a complete flop like everything else.
Welcome back, everyone, for episode 7 of Repressed Humor Issues. We've made it 7 episodes. I honestly didn't think we'd get here. I'm Ryan.
And I'm the guy that does all the work in this.
You gotta get more creative with that. I mean, like...
Fine. I'm the guy that's much better than Ryan.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, because it's factually accurate and different. So, but
I'm the guy that's more handsome than Ryan. How about that?
I'm not sure
He's speechless. You can't see the video, but he's speechless.
Yeah.
So while he's trying to collect his thoughts, just everybody, we're going to remind you, we don't edit anything, so you're going to hear weird stuff.
Yep.
We put this up directly the way that we record this, with just a minor edit to put in the intro music. And if you've been listening closely to our episodes, you know there's a little bonus at the end. You'll hear it. It's just something that we want to do because we think it's fucking hilarious.
I mean, like, you know, sometimes I'm not aware of what the bonus is going to be until after it's posted, but be that what it may. I do want to call out some little housekeeping scenarios here. We've heard some of your feedback. We appreciate your feedback. We're getting it from multiple sources now, which is great. So we're going to be a little bit more freewheeling, if you will. I think that's a great way to spin it. Also, you all seem to really like the top 10 list, so going to keep those going. So, but please keep any feedback coming, because we're open to it. We're resistant to it, and we'll probably still do it.
Resistant to it? Did you just say we're resistant to it?
Yeah, totally, because we're still going to do what we want to do. It's our podcast, and we're going to do whatever the fuck we want.
So speaking of that, I'm really pissed off because nobody has mailed in telling Ryan that he needs to go outside of Macy's. I was trying to get him in that elf outfit. I mean, you guys completely let me down on that one.
Well, you know, I'll still do it, but I think
I know you will.
Maybe it's better that I do it off season.
But there's got to be a Toys R Us in there. Toys R Us is going to go away.
Well, we don't know that. Maybe they'll have some clearance sales, and I'll do it during the clearance sale.
As long as you sing the song. Just sing the song.
Do you want me to sing it again?
Not right now. Sing it. You need to have somebody take a video of you at whatever Macy's you're outside of or inside of, singing that song in front of the Toys R Us display. Speaking of that, who's our sponsor for today?
So, because we all need to go the distance in life, Bird Scooters. Thank you for your $2.5 billion valuation, and whatever the fuck you're valued at now. You've taken us far, and we hope you keep going.
They took me nowhere, just so you're aware. I mean, they could park a scooter outside of my house, and I would not use a scooter. Get in the game. Give us a little portable vehicle. I will drive one of those little Jeeps that the kids drive before I drive one of those electric scooters.
I'll be honest. I've tootled around. We're going to use that and just go with it. I can't believe I just said that.
Okay, welcome everybody to 1941.
Oh, yeah, we tootled around. That's not a 1940s voice. I don't know what the fuck that was. But I definitely utilized their scooters when I lived in Austin, Texas. I was out in Oakland, California. They're great scooters. They don't die that quickly. They don't handle bumps very well. I'll say that. But yeah.
Glowing endorsement for a company that just filed Chapter 11. Bird Scooters. If you need help marketing, it's a good idea to sponsor us, because we have so many people that are now listening to this show that you really need to give us a good sponsorship.
Yeah, like here's the tagline you could use. Bird Scooters, we'll take the bumps for you, and then file bankruptcy.
Bird Scooters, helmet not included.
So I do want to jump into something selfishly, per usual, selfishly. I had a very interesting long week. as I'm sure I regaled you with many times, and you had to remind me I already said that to you. But
You already
um,
said that to me.
yeah, fuck off. Uh, so I'm not a big reality TV show person, but I wanted to kind of understand a little bit of what this Netflix sensation was in Squid Game. Did I watch the actual series, the dramatic series? No. No, 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 no. I jumped to the reality show with that. I think was filmed in the UK, had Americans, Australians, people from all over. Anyway, because I'm a sensitive soul and I cry at everything, I did cry during this. I'll throw myself under the bus.
So American Ninja Warrior, this was not. This is Squid Game, so this is kids games that he's talking about that he's crying at.
It not kids games. To give them credit. It's a lot more mental gymnastics, I would say, and understanding the people that are around you. But I did cry. I'm not going to reveal anything. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. There are two folks that I lost my ever living shit when it comes to waterfall tears. Couldn't help it. I mean,
You cried at Dumb and Dumber. This is no big deal here. So go on and tell them what you did.
I can't refute the Dumb and Dumber bit. But anyway,
when they're going up the hill coming into Aspen.
Yeah, riding the scooter together.
Says, I gotta pee, and he just says, "Let it go, man." And he says, "Oh, that's warm." You cried at that. Admit it.
Totally, because in that moment I get to envision you and I just peed on your backside.
God, no, I'm not riding. I said I wouldn't ride a scooter, and now you have me. You're riding bitch. I'm not riding bitch. Just so you're aware.
That's fine. That means I'm peeing on you.
Oh God, I can't win. I cannot win in
that.
Anyways,
sorry to derail that from weird thoughts. So I watched this full series, and I did ingest it very quickly, but I took it upon myself to pay attention to the end, which was a website, squidgamecasting.com. There's your plug. I applied to be a contestant for season 2, where I had to film a 1-minute video of myself, fill out a questionnaire, post actual photos of myself to make myself appear interesting, which we know I'm not. But
well, if you just took your picture from when you entered into clown college, I think there'd be some interest there. See, the idea on this is he already made his backstory, but I think we should make a new interesting backstory for Pharaoh the Pizza Lord here. That's his name right now in the podcast.
But
so Pharaoh the Pizza Lord should have a backstory that involves clown college and squeegee boy and all of those things that we've already talked about that he didn't put into his video that he used to introduce himself.
But I think if we're talking about backstories, we should just talk about a scooter ride in Aspen with urine on you.
Now you've absolutely made sure that we can never recreate that moment because all you care about is the piss moment. And what's going to happen is you're going to piss, then you're going to cry. So I'm going to get coated in piss and tears.
But what's odd is, for whatever reason, I get that visual from Tommy Boy where David Spade and, rest in peace, Chris Farley are singing that song with the top totally ripped off. That could be us.
I think if we got the sheepdog, if we got that van, now they wrecked it in Dumb and Dumber 2. Like they literally drove it to such a way that they wrecked it. But we could recreate the sheepdog. If we could do the sheepdog, I would travel cross country with you.
Just in the moment, I mean, because this is truly raw footage here, maybe if we gain a little bit of notoriety, we figure that out. And that
we'll do this podcast on the road while we ride around in the sheepdog.
I'm here for it. And if we happen to
go from road. We'll go from Rhode Island all the way to Aspen.
Oh, but I want to go to Juneau, Alaska. I've never been to Alaska.
Oh, but you're not allowed in Canada.
I know. We'll have to take a boat. Could go around the country.
Could our sheepdog come on your boat?
No, fuck off.
So, anyways,
yeah,
digressed a lot there, but that's what we do.
Yes. So I there is a possibility that coming up this next year,
There's no possibility.
Fuck off. I have serious hopes. It's a $4.56 million jackpot. I'm here for that. You know how far we could take this podcast with $5?
I'll give you a hint. I've spent a hell of a lot more than $5 already on this podcast. There's a website that costs money. There's equipment that has cost money. I have more equipment coming that costs money. I've spent money on this. What have you done besides sat there and whined and cried about wanting to piss up my back?
Well, I'm going to let the silence prevail. I can Venmo you.
Apparently only $1 at a time.
I thought it was 25 cents or something like that.
No, it was $1.
Oh, it was a full $1.
You paid the $1 for the Ryan song.
Oh, I remember what it was for. I just couldn't remember the actual amount. My brain sucks, remember? I mean, you know this. You have to deal with me on an almost daily basis. So
yeah. So I want to get to the next part because this has been killing us waiting to tape because this has been so much fun to be able to put together. So Ryan, please introduce this because we could go on forever, but we know this is what we want to do.
Yeah, like this got aggressive, right? Pretty quick. But I'll introduce it and then we can kind of recant on what happened. But it's the top 10 people we think we could beat up in a street fight. Right. Now, I got to admit, this list is longer than 10. On both sides of the aisle. So I have a proposal and take it as you will. Refute it if you want.
Let's do this at the same time because I'm guessing we're thinking the same thing.
Okay. Celebrity
Make you
cage
fight everybody.
Oh. I said celebrity cage fight, but anyway.
So celebrity cage fight, are you talking about how does this work?
All right. So I'm just envisioning and now ride with me on this train. So I know we're both not big sports nuts. I mean, I know you played hockey and I know I played multiple sports, but I digress. Imagine March Madness. Okay. Bracket system. How about we do the full list of our celebrities we could beat in a street fight that we perceive we could beat in a street fight, but pit them against each other? Like, why not? Why not? I find that to be, personally, I'm satisfied with that. That makes me kind of gleeful. And in this moment of darkness, as we riddle through the holidays and the winter, I need moments of bright.
So, I'm going to have to look, but what I will do is I will find a way to be able to get a bracket tool up on the website that you will be able to print and submit your bracket based off of the entire list. We're only going to talk about part of the list today.
Yeah.
But of the people that Ryan and I think that we can beat up in a street fight, it's going to be them against each other. Okay, so we'll get them all ranked and we'll put them up against each other, and the winner takes all.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll do something positive. Let's say, and we haven't discussed this, so I'm doing this off the cuff. We'll donate a little bit of cash to a charity that goes against that person's belief system.
Yeah, but I didn't pick people based off their belief systems. We might be giving to charities that we don't want to because I just picked them because I thought they were weak.
I've
So we gotta get into the list for people to understand how
look,
idiotic this actually went
I've
to.
looked at the list. I think we're okay.
Okay, let's do this. Okay,
But
and the first thing we're gonna
real quick, I want to say the list will be on repressedhumorissues.com, just so everyone knows where to go to pull it up. You can link it from all of our socials, which I'll plug at the end of the show.
And if anybody knows a plugin for WordPress that can do bracketology, please let me know. Because I'm worried about what this is going to end up
Yeah.
looking like. I might be manually creating this. So if anybody has any ideas, please send them to repressedhumorissues@gmail.com.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
with that, let's get into it. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the honorable mentions first.
Okay. I got a question though.
Okay.
I'm looking at our top 10, which is what I wrote down because I'm a terrible host and I only do half my work. Why is Donald Trump not in the top 10?
Oh, because he's got to lose at everything. So So he did not make the top 10 because not enough votes for him, mainly because I put my ranking for him so far out that no matter what Ryan did,
Oh,
he couldn't get him into the top 10. Because we actually did a little bit of math and Excel work on this to be able to figure out how we were going to rank these people. And they're
we
ranked.
we meaning
Go ahead.
you. We meaning you. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, but realize they're ranked based off of the least enjoyable to beat up to the most enjoyable to beat up. And so these are the rankings that we came up with. Now, again, there will be a post on this on repressedhumorissues.com where you can also send us your list.
Yes.
But the bracketology piece, we'll do it based off of the people that we've selected. So in the honorable mentions column, and I'm not going to give any explanation, I'm just going to read the list and you guys can figure out what you want to do with it.
All right.
There's Wee Man, King Charles, Jay Leno, Kanye, Oprah Winfrey, Matt Gaetz, Robert Downey Jr., the weakest Avenger, Donald Trump or his kids, Aquafina, and Samuel L. Jackson. Those are the people that did not make the top 10. Now, when we do a top 10 list, we only put 10 in and we were having so much fun. We put another 10 in the list.
I'm going to say two things on this honorable mention list, and I'm going to exclude Donald Trump because he needs no more airtime. I'm appalled that Aquafina was on this list, and Jay Leno should have been in the top 10. I want to punch his chin so bad.
So realize I got to pick 10, he got to pick 10 in the voting average. That determined who got in here. So I think we should talk about the people that did make the top 10
Yes.
and why they made the top 10. And
Yep.
the first one that I have, number 10 on our list of people that we think we could beat up in a street fight, is Pauly Shore. And entirely he's there because Encino Man was such a good movie and everything else that he did was crap.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's tough for me because, like, I hate him. But no, hate's a strong word. Can't stand him. But I oddly, like, want to see him do well. And I don't understand why. And maybe it's because of Biodome.
See, and that's where Biodome wasn't the good movie. Encino Man with Brandon Fraser was the good movie.
I don't disagree. I think Encino Man, way better movie. I mean, like Gazongas, right?
Yes.
It's the only part anyone remembers. Let's be real.
That and them digging the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good call. But Pauly Shore, get your shit together. Maybe you'll fall off this list and go to the honorable mentions.
He just barely made the list. We do have to point that out, that he just barely made the list.
That's true.
But if they could remake Encino Man without Pauly Shore and have it still be the movie that it was, then I could completely forget that Pauly Shore existed.
Well,
he could.
Who would you sub in for Pauly Shore? Like David Spade?
No, not David Spade. I'm thinking Rowan Atkinson.
Oh,
Mr. Bean.
That'd be a totally. Would you still keep Brendan Fraser, but dressed as the whale? Anyway,
So if this gives you any clue what's going to happen in this list, he's number 10 on the list. So number 9, I mean, I would have put him to number 1. I couldn't put him to number 1. We weren't going to get him to number 1. But I know I could beat him up. There's just no question in my mind that I could beat the tar out of him. The owner of SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter, the Boring Company, Elon Musk.
he's
What? Not only could you beat him up, you want to beat him up.
well, and here's where I'm mad. So like, I'll throw myself under the bus. I own a Tesla. I like the car, right? Like, but I can't.
But which Tesla do you own?
The why?
Yeah, because if you had a Cybertruck right now, this podcast was over.
Well,
After what we talked about in episode, I think it was 4, about the Cybertruck, you could not possibly own one. You couldn't be one of the 10 that got that delivered.
look, I don't think I could open the door without like doing a ghost ship rendition of slicing myself in half before I got into it. Really niche reference. If you get it, I love you. But
And he'll pee up your back if you ride a scooter with him. So
guaranteed, and that comes for free. But Elon's tough, right? Because he does drive things forward. I mean, you have to appreciate that he's driven the EV market forward.
So I disagree. PayPal was not his idea. He's basically bought into it with somebody else's money.
Oh, I agree. I didn't say
Tesla,
that.
he stole the entire idea from somebody else, bought somebody else out of the company. SpaceX, he lived off of government subsidies to be able to do that. There's rocket engineers that did all the work. He did nothing on that. The Boring Company was somebody else's idea that he took over.
What about
Twitter was somebody else's idea that he took over and ruined.
what about Neuralink?
I'm not putting anything in my head that lets Elon do anything in my head. I mean, his cars don't stop when they're supposed to stop by barriers and stuff like that. The last thing I'm going to let him do is put something in my head that will make me not stop doing stuff I'm not supposed to do.
I'm just going to call it out. We might have had a robotic Dan in that moment, which would have been Elon Musk to blame. So if it comes across that way in the recording, just know Elon Musk did interfere.
Oh, such a stretch there. Such a stretch.
Oh, you'll hear it. I saw it.
Okay. So let's try going to number 8 now. Because I think this is somebody we both agree with. It's a little bit dated of a reference now, and that is Larry the Cable Guy. And I honestly, when I saw that one, because that was not my idea, when I saw that one, I thought anybody from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour belongs on this list. We couldn't necessarily everybody.
But I see a tie. If I'm not seeing that correctly, let me know.
Yeah, there's a tie. So in our scoring system, so I just used arbitrary scoring. He was lower in the list, so he ends up number 8. So 6, 7, and 8 were a tie.
Yeah, so Larry the Cable Guy, I've never understood. Personally, I've never ever understood.
He is the guy that invented the 2 giant American flags coming out of somebody's truck, like the oversized ones. Get her done is the antithesis of education. Okay, he is responsible for the dumbing down of America.
He's rough going. I want to I don't care if he did Cars and he did Mater or whatever Mater's name is. I don't know what that voice was.
I mean, come on.
Either way, Larry the Cable Guy, you're done. You have no more in that shtick of a comedy routine.
You're 7 or 8 years beyond the last time anybody wanted to hear that outside of a recording anyways. I mean, when was the last time you heard Larry the Cable Guy's on tour?
Fair. I concede.
So I think he's already done. And what we're doing is we're just kicking the sand on his grave.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
okay with
okay
that
with
too.
that.
So Larry the Cable Guy, we're agreeing here. Pizza Lord over here is just worried about the tie. So let's get to the other two people that were tied for sixth place. And there's a tandem in here at number 7, and this is one of mine. And
Oh.
I don't know why it just came to me. Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. It's technically or either one of them, because can you really tell which one you're beating up, anyways? I mean,
Oh god. But
so
no.
I mean, they're the Jaleel White of Full House.
Wow, what a
Okay,
reference. What a reference. Good job.
yeah,
I applaud you with no hands.
and Jaleel White would have been on this list, except I think he could beat both of us up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I could take Julia White.
that's where this list gets interesting, is because we had to get petty as fuck in some of these just because we had to be able to beat them up. And on the bigger list, there's some people that I'm not sure Pizza Lord could beat up here.
Oh,
So we
I
can
don't.
have the argument about that later. But
Okay. Well,
um,
but Mary Kate and Ashley, never loved your movies. I never cared
they
about
made
you.
movies.
Oh god, yeah. Tons of movies. Tons of movies.
Let me guess, Hallmark Channel.
Their own brand of direct to VHS and DVD and shit like
Oh,
that. Oh
yeah.
my god, they made so many movies. None of which are relevant or good, but they did make it to theaters a few times. I only know this
So it's
because
probably the same script over and over and over and over again, that they just changed 3 words in the taping, redo that scene, and
oh
then direct to DVD, like you said.
yeah, I assume they're getting lost in some big city. They have no money because their parents dropped them off at a mall. I don't know. It's probably the same thing, just in like Arizona, Beverly Hills, and New York, and they made 3 of those.
So they stole Home Alone?
I added Arizona to make it different.
Well, but still, the idea they get lost in a big city, their parents drop
Oh
them off,
yeah,
that sort of stuff.
I,
That
I
that's the plot to Home Alone.
I didn't say they were original.
But at least if the first one was original, then it would be something. But if they just kept on stealing Home Alone, they deserve to get beaten up even more.
You know, it makes me like, I don't know if you've seen the movie. It makes me wish that they were in the movie Sucker Punch and that they just got annihilated early in that film. But
Yeah.
anyway, uh,
Yeah, they could have been the extras in Guns Akimbo and nobody would have cared.
oh, good reference. Good reference.
Yeah. And realize we're doing a thing. We've already got the list started of movies we say were made so horribly that they need to be remade.
Yep.
So you might see some of these on a future list as
Oh,
well.
that list makes me happy. Actually, all these lists kind of make me happy. We have some good ones going. I'm proud of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Our lists are meant to be different from everybody else's list. We're not copying anybody because nobody was thinking about how can I put Wee Man on a list to be able to say that I'm going to beat him up. I mean, nobody was thinking of that. So,
Yeah.
speaking of wanting to beat up, Justin Bieber, I'm
Fuck
going to let
him.
you go off on the beat.
Fuck him. Fuck him. He fuck him. Like,
Is that all we have to say? Fuck the Biebs.
ugh, like, okay. I'll concede on 2 things. There's 2 songs I like, and I can't help it. I was at an emotional state at the time of both those songs. Doesn't matter. Well, one of them's like I needed to be pumped up, so it was a Will I Am song with Justin Bieber. I Got That Power. Uh, and then the other one's just a sorrowful Bieber song. But anyway, don't like him. I don't like the fact that he got away with like pissing in a bucket backstage. I don't like that he got away with all the monkey bullshit, literal monkey. I don't care about him. I don't speeding up and down his like neighborhood street in a Lamborghini. Like, have some respect, asshat. I don't care how much money you have. Like, at this point, I know it's your home country. Just go back to Canada, but go to
So
like northern
I'm not
Manitoba.
I'm not going to apologize because we gave you Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Bacon, and Michael J. Fox.
Don't forget about Ryan
Candidate did our part.
Gosling. Ryan
Eh,
Gosling. Wow, he's great. I
he's the Adam Sandler of no acting, but no comedic ability whatsoever either.
but he's in one of the most iconic Kate McKinnon sketches on SNL, and he
Uh,
breaks, and I love it.
yeah, I saw that one in a TikTok like last night, so
I
it's weird that that came up.
Oh, no, you shared it with me, and that refreshed my memory. I was like, "Oh, that's one of
Oh
the
yeah,
best ones I've seen," because he's just losing his shit. But anyway,
yeah, yeah. He can't talk in that. He just can't talk.
no, he couldn't get through a line. He's like talking through his hand half the time. But
Yeah.
anyway, be that
Okay,
what it may.
so now we're to the bottom half of the list, and this is where I believe this one was mine, and this is where we started getting inventive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one is Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, there is nobody
Oh,
that I believe I want to beat up more and could beat up with the white hot rage of 1,000 suns supernovaing at the same time than the character that is Napoleon Dynamite.
I also want to call out, just looking, you and I rank this identically,
Yes, we did. Somehow this ended up at number 5 for both of us.
and
So,
we ranked it at different times. So that's I like that.
yeah.
But I agree. Like, I was never in love with the movie. I think I appreciated like what it was trying to do, but he annoyed me to no end, and
Yeah.
I don't really know where his career's gone. I've not seen him in anything, but it doesn't make me mad. Wish him all the best.
Now, the funny thing is, if you watch the Superfan episodes of The Office, when Pam goes back to her school on career day and she's looking at the trophies that have Roy all on them, on the wall behind her is a vote for Pedro sign.
No way.
Yes, I'm
Hmm.
telling you, if you had asked me that detailed of a question, I would have gotten it right when we did that quiz
All right.
a couple episodes ago.
Well, if only you would have gotten 100%. But anyway, uh,
Oh, oh, because you had to look up the answers for it, where I just answered them and then gave detailed answers. Anyways, we could rehash all that, but let's talk about number 4.
yes, please.
I'm gonna let you go to number 4 because this one's yours, and I know you're gonna have a passion for this one.
Is this a person by the
Is
name of
this?
Dr. Oz?
Yeah, it is. I mean, anybody who has to go that goes into Pennsylvania and tries to figure out ways to make a charcuterie board too expensive for the average Pennsylvanian deserves to get beaten up.
It's not even that for me. It's
So,
it's
what is it for you?
it's who he is not.
And who is he not?
A relevant doctor that actually gives good advice. He gives advice based on how he gets paid. Like, wake the fuck up, America. He's lining his pockets with your stupidity.
That's so. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my wife one day, while she was drunk, went shopping on her phone and purchased from Menards online 2 Dr. Oz pillows. And to this day, I sleep on one of those pillows because it's my filler underneath my foam pillow that I absolutely love. But I gave her such hell over buying Dr. Oz pillows, especially from Menards.
I mean, like, save big money at Menards. That's the tagline. I don't know why I know taglines so well. Uh, it's how really unfortunate my brain is. But I mean, like, the as seen on TV. That's Dr. Oz is the epitome of that store.
Yeah, yeah. But the other thing is, really, didn't he start on Oprah Winfrey's show?
He did, and I thank God Oprah divested herself from that like crock of shit, Dr. Oz.
Yeah, because you may not realize it, but Oprah Winfrey was in the honorary mentions pile. So apparently, just her association with Dr. Oz and the fact that she's gone on that diet and lost all that weight nearly got her onto this list.
To be fair, I love Oprah. I voted her very, very not the lowest, but next to lowest I could. She's one of my queens, and bow down unto thee. But I had to rank her, so I apologize, Oprah.
Okay, so the next three are like we had some sort of THC gummy fever dream of some sorts. It's the only way I can put this. Because when you put this next one at number 3 on the list, I laughed out loud for at least a minute and a half.
I'll let you introduce it then.
Okay. And the funny thing is, we talked to somebody that we know earlier today, and he gave the exact wrong interpretation of this. It's C3PO. Okay, but he mixed him up with R2D2, and he thought, there's no way you're beating C3PO. C3PO has lasers and things, and he's just going to take you out. It's like, wait, are we talking about the same droid here?
Oh, but like I know C3PO is everyone's fun-loving droid, but fuck him. Punch him right in the gut wires and like fuck off out of the series.
He's the Jar Jar Binks of the original episodes.
Oh, I've actually never made that correlation.
Oh, did I just change your life? There are Reddits that go through and talk about how C3PO is really the Jar Jar Binks of the original series, and then they brought him back in a limited capacity for the last set of sequels. But yeah, he is the Jar Jar Binks. I don't think they intended him to be the Jar Jar Binks, and if I would have thought about it, I didn't want to put a whole bunch of Star Wars characters in here.
Fair.
I would have put Jar Jar Binks in here because I'd like to beat up Jar Jar Binks more than I'd like to beat up C3PO.
Okay.
But you already had C3PO on the list. So let me ask you this. If you had the chance to either fight Jar Jar Binks or C3PO, who would you fight?
Oh, it's Jar Jar Binks, because I actually forgot about him in this moment. While we were
I like to forget that the prequels even exist. So
fair, yeah. But if I had to acknowledge them, yes, Jar Jar Binks would take. But I have a weird. It's not adjacent, but another droid from Power Rangers.
Oh God,
that fucking robot always annoyed me. That I.
I'd never watched Power Rangers. You said Power Rangers, and I always thought, why were you watching Power Rangers when it was out? Aren't you too old to be watching that?
Technically, but I had a younger brother who's 8 years younger than me, who I would say thoroughly enjoyed them. But hearing that little robot go, I, Lord Zed, I don't know about this. Like, oh God. And I realized that my rendition of that sounds a little bit like SpongeBob, which is, I like SpongeBob, to be fair.
Yeah, there's things about SpongeBob. Some of the episodes annoy me because they go a little bit too much over the top. Fair. But there's some really inventive stuff they do in there.
I agree. It kind of, for me, which I know this is off topic, but is a little bit of modern day Ren and Stimpy.
Yes, it's Log.
Yeah.
Remember it's Log?
It's Log.
It's Log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than bad. It's good.
So, anyways,
Log.
Well, it comes in. It's something. It rolls down the stairs. It rolls over your neighbor's dog.
But oh man, Ren and Stimpy had some good ones because they had like Powdered Toast Man and the Happy Joy song. Like, oh, I'm so glad you know this.
So here's the fun part about this. For Christmas about 5 years ago, my daughter bought me a Ren and Stimpy onesie, and I have that onesie still. And I'm telling you, when we make it, okay, we're talking about actually making this a video podcast so you can see us. Yep. When we make it, when we have an audience, I have some clothing that I can wear that I've mentioned some of it before. If we get enough traction on some of the stuff, I will wear my Ren and Stimpy onesie on one of these episodes.
Oh, I have an idea for when we gain traction.
Okay.
We let the audience dress us for the episode. We'll put on an Amazon wish list and let people pick our onesies.
My wife already dresses me, and now you're gonna have other people dressing me. I'm losing total control here. Okay, So we got totally away from talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
C3PO,
We did. But
but we do have to say, are we going to replace C3PO with Jar Jar Binks?
let's leave C3PO because I really want to punch a gut full of wires and see what that feels like.
I just want to see if you rip off his arm, how much work is it and how much Wookiee hair would you smell soldering that back together?
Wait, Wookie? Oh, you mean like?
Oh, I cannot do that. I had a coworker that could do that. We'll talk about that another day because we have to get to number two because I'm pretty sure number two is going to take us a while to get through. And number two is yours. And I am not going to introduce this person.
Wait,
You are going to introduce this person.
hold on. I got to get to the number. Hold on. Oh, I got it. Wait, are you talking about the purple Teletubby?
No, you just wrecked it. We're at Bill Cosby.
Oh, it's Bill Cosby. Shit. You're right. It's Bill Cosby. Okay. All right, Bill Cosby. Man, this dude, I'm putting my hands across my arms. You can't see it, but Bill Cosby, I hope unfortunate things happen to you for what
So,
he's done and ruined Jello for me for life. Jello jigglers too.
Eddie Murphy Raw. Tell Bill I told him to have a Coke and a smile and to shut the fuck up. Remember that line?
Great reference. My God, that's a great reference.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh,
but Bill Cosby, man, so angry. And this is a personal anger as well. Beyond, not going to take away anything from the victims because they deserve all the retribution that they should get. I saw him at the University of Kansas do stand-up at Allen Fieldhouse, which is the best place to see basketball in the nation. I will die on that grave, and I'm not a big sports fan, but I know good when I feel it. Anyway, Bill Cosby was in those walls, and he does not deserve to ever have crossed that threshold.
so I have a personal issue. I also do not want to take anything away from the victims. It's really difficult for me because I've watched Bill Cosby himself, his stand up,
Yep.
at least 100 times. I mean, dentists tell you not to pick your teeth with anything, with any sharp metal objects. And then the first thing they pull out is an iron hook. I could still do most of it. Okay. You know, it's just, damn it, get in here. But I'm Jesus Christ. You know, and when Rochelle's face split, I mean, there's just so many good things in that stand up, and it's completely wrecked when
Yep.
you find out who the fuck that piece of fuck actually is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to warn you, okay, if we ever get to the point that we get big enough that we actually have to go and fight these people, cover your drink.
Oh, very well said. But not because we would do anything, to be clear.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying Bill Cosby has to cover his drink. I'm saying you better cover your drink because you're the one that's fighting the cause.
I, I have to explore that for a second because it makes my brain stop, which doesn't take much. Is Bill Cosby into dudes?
I honestly, would it shock you
No,
knowing that
no.
America's dad was into more than just drugging and raping women?
Unfortunately, I'm not shocked.
Yeah. So let's just be aware that when we do this round robin, I've already got the idea percolating in my mind of how each person wins against the other person. We're going to come up with some inventive stories for that. We've already given away half of the plot for any wins that Bill Cosby gets out of this.
But do think of this like Super Smash Brothers, but for celebrities in a cage fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, get that visual in your head.
yeah.
So
I
ruined
I know.
the last one.
I know.
And it's my favorite.
And I
It
didn't.
is
Sorry.
Oh, it's Tinky Winky from the Teletubbies. Okay,
Can you do your best Tinky Winky in this moment?
I don't even remember what that ball of purple turds said. My kids loved watching that. My older kids, when
Mm.
they were in that age group that Barney and the Teletubbies were there, and
Oh.
that stupid little baby in the sun deserves a
Oh
mention too.
God, what the fuck is that?
Okay, but I mean, unlike you, who couldn't beat up a kid 8 years younger than him to be able to get to watch what he wanted to watch on TV and got stuck watching Power Rangers instead. I was not going to beat up my children to get to watch what I wanted to watch.
So you suffered and endured Teletubbies
Yes.
because there's no real point to it. Like, I don't think there's actually like learning lessons like Sesame Street gives in Teletubbies.
So the worst part is I know all their names.
What, Tinky Winky,
Tinky
Poe?
Winky, Poe, Dipsy, and Lala.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah, that's so burnt into my brain, I cannot forget it. So I'm telling you, if I ever get the chance to fight Tinky Winky, okay, it's not going to be a fair fight.
you have
I
to
am
drop.
going to fight dirty.
You have to drop kick him in his round belly.
I'm thinking lower than the belly.
It's all belly.
I'm fighting dirty. I mean,
It
somebody's coming out there with one less eyeball than what they started.
it's weird
Uh,
because like Teletubbies is a weird show, obviously. Like it also came out around the time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna make another really niche reference in Christian. VeggieTales.
oh God, VeggieTales.
Like,
Oh, that
yeah,
could be an entire other show is VeggieTales
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
Larry
yeah.
the cucumber.
Yep, yep. I can't remember the tomato's name.
I don't remember. There's just so much wrong in VeggieTales. I don't know which is more brain harming, VeggieTales or Teletubbies.
Uh, that should be a psychological study. But
and
yeah, I still contend that tell it. He's our number one, or they. I don't know their pronouns because who cares? Um, Not
it
being insensitive to pronouns. Just I don't care about the Teletubby. Period. I want to drop kick it.
Yes. So, number one on our list that Ryan ruined because that's what Ryan does
Yeah.
is Tinky Winky from the Teletubbies. And on that note, like we said, we're going to try to find a plugin for WordPress. So, on the website, we can start drawing up uh, some brackets for everybody.
Yep.
You'll be able to fill in your own brackets, submit them to us,
Yep.
and there is no money being exchanged here, just in case the IRS is listening.
No.
We are doing this for fun. But if somebody gets every bracket right, then we will do something stupid that person says that we have to do.
And I still contend that we donate a little bit of something to the winner's opposing charity, something that opposes their views. I think we can find something hilarious there and actually talk
So,
about
just in case it's Tinky Winky, is that Mensa?
that. No, it's PETA. Anyway,
Okay.
but I do want to call back to our sponsor for the show this week, which Tinky Winky chooses not to ride because he doesn't believe in bankruptcy. Bird scooters. So
That was such a stretch, dude.
well, hey, you don't know what he's thinking. You haven't had that conversation.
Okay, well, Bird Scooters, please sponsor us so that if we see one of these people on the road, we can run over them with one of your scooters.
Or at least bail at the last second and let the weight of the battery take them out at the back of the knees.
Oh, and any lawyers that want to help for a really cheap rate, we're probably going to need them after this one.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, thanks. We got a thumbs up on the screen. No one can see that.
Yes, I know. So, Brian, we found out that on Macs there's certain gestures that do things on the screen. It doesn't do it on my Windows machine, but Ryan just put a thumbs up, and all of a sudden a thumbs up icon showed up. So now
Totally.
he's playing with the other ones instead of doing the show like he's
Oh, that's
supposed
right. That's right. All right. But no, I do want to thank everyone for listening in again. And if you want to reach out to us, please reach out to our website, repressed humor issues with an s.com. Email us top 10 lists, ideas, complaints, concepts, really unfortunate suggestions for Dan to do and things for him to eat.
to. People for Ryan to piss up their back on the back of a scooter.
Oh, that list could go long. Let's bring it. Anyway, repressedhumorissues@gmail.com. Recently launched as of a couple days ago, our Instagram at repressed humor issues. And
We are RHI _ podcast on Twitter. I try to run polls there on a regular basis, so feel free to head over to Elon's Disaster and participate in their polls.
oh, I'll have to look at it. I haven't even looked that one up today. Maybe I should follow our own podcast. Oh, I'm the worst.
Oh, there's so much truth to that.
Yeah. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in. And we appreciate all the love, support, feedback, and truly just tuning in to listen to us every week. So again, thank you. I'm Ryan.
I'm Dan.
We will talk to you all next week.
Okay. Yeah.
You
just, how could you ruin it?
How
could you not know that Tinky Winky was number one and Bill Cosby was number two? We went over this list.
I scrolled and I didn't scroll down far enough onto my fucking list because I'm a moron. It's okay.
Oh, God.
Oh,
because that was supposed to be the big shocker.
You're still recording. You just got that I called myself a moron on. Fuck off. God damn it.
This is the extra part that everybody's going to hear at the end of the episode.
Oh, God damn it. I thought you stopped.
And with that, I'm stopping recording.
Oh, shit.